Okay, someone's asking about jumping on a horse bareback, and it sounds to me like they want to do the leg swing way. They were asking about, do they need to work on their pull muscles or their push muscles? And if you're getting on without the legs, like say you're just going to get on like this, to me that's a little more of a push, but you got to jump high enough to get there where you're pushing. And this is how most people, when they're first working on getting on bareback, they're just going to do it like this. You get here, and then you bring your leg up. So you get to that spot you're laying, and then you can just turn and get up there. Now, if you want to swing, jump up and swing on. I just learned, because I practiced before we started, that this leg does a lot of thrust. So you might have to work more on your jumps like this, like when you're in the house at night. And I'm not jumping very high because the way I learned this is I hurt my ankle. Now it was already hurt, so I didn't hurt it doing this, but I had a horse that fell a month or two ago, and when it fell, it rolled over top of this ankle and a bunch of stuff popped, and it doesn't hurt very often, but when I jump with it. So for the swinging motion, what I think is most important is confidence. So if you could find a way to simulate this on something shorter, then what I would probably use is like a 3 or 4 foot fence, and I'd push myself to the other side. That's not as safe because there's a fence and you could land on it. So if you could find something that's a little shorter that you could do this on, maybe even a shorter horse, but I would prefer, if it was me, maybe do a fence and put a saddle pad on it. But you just got to feel that motion. And what I see most people do wrong is they lack confidence. So when they go to do it, what it is a lack of commitment. Same reason you can't get your boyfriend to marry you. He's not committed. He doesn't want to jump that high because he doesn't know what's going to happen. Anyways, when someone's committed, they already know they're going to make it. It's a different jump. And when they're not, it's like this. That's the non-committal. Now when I go to do this, I do have to pull, but I got to jump. So there's a timing of that pull and that jump together, and then this leg coming up and over. So there is a bit of pull right here that a person's probably gonna need to do. If your horse is shorter and you can jump high enough to get past the pull, well, now you'd be at a push over. So whether you're pulling or pushing is gonna depend on how high you can jump and how tall your horse is. This one's tall, so I'm gonna have to pull, and by the time I'm where I need to be, I don't need to push as much, like I'm already just sitting up there. So I'll try to do it without hurting myself, we'll see. So it's gonna be go, jump, swing over, pull in right here. But that jump's important. Okay, I didn't hurt myself as bad because I pulled harder than I pushed. So if you don't jump as good, you'll make up for it in the pull. But what I ended up doing was making my horse uncomfortable. She was kind of like, man, you don't normally do that. And I don't normally pull her that hard. So it was a little much, but she's also about 15'1", so she's a little tall for this. So the best thing, if I was exercising for this, I'd do squats in the house. I'd do squat jumps and work on just jumping up in the air. And then I would probably do some push-ups, but I think pull-ups are probably gonna help you a lot. She's like, what are you jumping for? So that's what I recommend. It's gonna be that those legs are gonna help you. And if you can't do it, probably need a shorter horse. So that's a couple ways to get on bareback. There's a whole lot more. My favorite one is over here, or a fence. You just gotta, I should have chose the taller mounting block. I got taller ones. That's the best one right there. Good. Hope that helps some of you guys figuring out how to get on bareback. You might have to work on your muscles before you beat up the side of your horse trying to get on bareback. And hope that helps. We'll see you next time.